I'm at the South Carolina National Guard McCready Training Center near Columbia, South Carolina. With me today is Lex Glover, a wildlife technician for the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, and y'all are doing bird banding. And what's the purpose of this?
Well, what we're doing here with the bird banding is helping the McCready Training Center National Resources Program to know what types of birds they have here on their facility, what types of birds are migrating through here, and what types of habitats they use during migration.
So how do you go about capturing these birds and getting this information?
We have nets that are scattered around an old food plot field, and this is some shrub habitat, and we've tucked the nets away in the vegetation with hopes of catching the birds as they move through searching for food, water, and cover.
Now you put the nets up early in the morning and then you patrol them every 30 minutes to be sure that the birds don't spend too much time in them?
Correct. We open the nets about 30 minutes before sunrise, and then we'll run the nets for about 4 hours through the morning. And every 30 minutes we're checking the nets to retrieve the birds. We bring them back to our setup and process them, band them, weigh them, take our measurements, and that kind of thing.
Walk me through the little techniques you're using as once you take the bird out of the bag. What are the things that you're doing to the bird, and what's the purpose of that?
Well, the first thing we do is we put a band on the bird. This is a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service band. It's a 9 to 10 digit number that's unique to that bird. No other bird will have that number, so basically we're giving it a social security number. And that identification, that band, will be with that bird throughout its life. So a bird that we band here this morning, if it's recaptured or found dead somewhere, it can be traced right back to this day, this hour that it was banded.
And then you do other little things with the birds. It looks like you measure their wings and stick them upside down in a coffee cup or something. I'm not sure what all that's about.
Right. We do wing measurement. Wing measurement's a standard procedure when you're banding birds. We look at the feather wear to see how the birds are doing during migration. We're also looking for fat. Birds store fat at the base of their throat. And during migration, they put on a lot of fat, so as they fly across the Gulf of Mexico, they have energy to do that.
Now you're blowing through a straw on the bird. Is that how you're looking for that fat deposit?
That's right, because it's underneath the feathers, so I need to get the feathers to move so I can see the buildup of fat that's at the base of their throat.
And you have different sized little plastic containers that you're putting the bird in, and that, you said that keeps the bird from being able to hurt himself while you're away. It keeps him quiet?
Right. It just keeps the wings up against their body so they don't flutter around, and gets an accurate weight.
Everything that y'all do seems to be designed to bring the bird in safely and to get your measurements and data as quickly as possible before you release him.
Correct. Everything about what we do is for the safety of the birds. Every 30 minutes we're checking nets because we want to get them out as quickly as we can, yet we don't want to disturb the birds that are around the net that are about to get caught. And then we bring them back, and within minutes we can get all of our information and get the bird back into the wild.
Lex, where do you send all the information that you've gathered?
The information is sent to the Bird Banding Lab, a federal agency that oversees bird banding in the country, and also issues permits to bird banders in order for them to band birds, because our birds are federally and state protected. So you have to be permitted in order to handle birds. What
management decisions can they put into place based on the information that you send?
Well, the McCready Training Center Natural Resources Department will use this information to learn more about the habitats that these birds need for migration, the habitats that they need during nesting season, so that they can protect these areas as well as use this site for the National Guard training.
I want to thank you so much. This has been a fascinating experience, and I know people are going to have questions. If they'd like to know more about this process, where would you direct them?
Well, they can, to learn more about bird banding, you can go to the Bird Banding Lab website. There's also a program that's called MAPS, Monitoring Avian Production and Survivorship, and that'll give some information as well about bird banding.
Thank you for your time today,
Sure.
and I want to give a special thanks to the McCready facility here for all the work that they're doing for natural resources and, of course, to South Carolina Department of Natural Resources.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you out today as well.